Hello and welcome to Magical Girl Alisa, a Trails into Reverie minigame. I like falcom games. I don't just play Trails games, I like the Y games and I have played Zwei, quite a few of them. Playing games from falcom, there's always a chance you will find yourself staring at the screen and asking yourself, what in the world am I playing? Now, Magical Girl Alisa is not such a unique thing. We had a Magical Girl Alisa with a demon prince Ween in Tokyo Xanadu. That was an anime show that was existing in that world. Here we also have the anime show as a narrative around the game. I can show you a part of it now. This is one of the more irritating things in this game. So we have kind of an anime opener and some story. Falcom actually tried to get some animes on air. There was a Trails in the Sky anime, but that wasn't that big of a success since they changed a lot of the story, and that's just the parts of the story they showed in that anime. It wasn't even for all of Trails in the Sky part 1 and 2. It was just part of that. I don't really know what the thought process behind that one was, but it wasn't that big of a success. They also made an anime called Northern War that plays between Cold Steel Part 2 and Cold Steel Part 3. That's not even a bad idea, but as much as I know, that one wasn't very good and more or less a flop. So maybe Falcom is not made to do anime, or maybe 3 times the charm and the next one will be a big hit. We will see what happens. Funny enough, Alisa is the canon love interest for Ween, which, if you think about it, the harem mechanic was a huge part of Cold Steel, and in the end, it's all for nothing. Well, at least here in Reverie we had access to our playthrough of Cold Steel 4, and the love interest we choose there is still the valid one. I'm not quite sure if that is of any consequences for the later game. I haven't met Fee up to now, so maybe she isn't even in this game, but no, wait, they put her in everything after Cold Steel 1, right? She has to be here somewhere.
But until the day I can come home with Reen, I'll continue to fill the cosmos with hope. Fallen Love Star! Love blooms. I'm Magical Muse. This is the power of magical girls. Yuna, we have the means. Now all that's left is to push to victory.
Alisa may not be able to protect this world, but I can protect it for her.
The game itself is a pretty straightforward shooter. You have to hit those opponents without getting hit yourself. So far so good. You also get some help by activating Ninja Fee, who can give you some invisibility shield, and there are some special attacks when you fill your energy bar down there. You can do a super attack. You can also charge your attack and get a big hit instead of many small ones. You can also change from Magical Girl Luna to Magical Girl Muse. Alisa herself doesn't have any power at this point in the story of the minigame. So she has to hire these two, give them the power of magical girls, so they can do her work.
Hooked up. Magical Excel Spark.
So, super attack. Very useful. And there's the ninja. I'm not quite sure what it does exactly. I guess I can't be hit, and as long as that ninja shield is running. But I'm not quite sure. I haven't really studied the rules of the game. All I know is I have to dodge the bullets and hit the target.
Here to play. Magical Galaxia Hearts.
They have slightly different super attacks. This one is some extremely strong straight shooting.
Oh no, a barrier. Break it using a charge shot.
As this is the first round, it's supposed to be easy, I guess. As you can see, Muse is a little slower when it comes to the shooting, but every hit does more damage, so that evens it out. I'm not quite sure what to even say about all this. It's silly, but it's kind of fun. The costumes of our magical girls are, well, a little skimpy, but that is to be expected. Speaking about costumes, I do think some of these outfits are very risky. I saw Noel's hot pants in the first part of the game. I was a little irritated by them. Then I saw what Wixia was wearing, and yeah, well, I guess there's a theme here. There have been quite a few mini games all around of the Trails series, so this is not even that unique. There have been some Michelin Wonderland games. The Scary Castle has some shooter action, and there was the fishing game in Trails in the Sky 3. There was also an arena and a quiz. And I think, if I remember correctly, there was a shooter with Rosette in the Bobcat, who shot a big machine gun at Urbo's flyers. I don't have too fond memories of that fishing game, but it had a very, very funny title card.
Charging.
They reused the shooter game from Trails to Azure,
Charging.
the one with the Michelin Scary Castle, in Trails of Cold Steel 4. They had a similar intermission at Michelin there too. Funny how they reuse old stuff that often. But then again, they made Tokyo Xanadu, and they reused almost everything from Y to Trails in terms of mechanics and setups, and also had Tova play as Tova in both of these games. At least she wasn't called Herschel in Tokyo Xanadu, but that was more or less all they changed about Tova. If we are talking about minigames, we also have to talk about fishing in general. That was the first minigame that was introduced, as far as I know. It started in Trails in the Sky Part 2, and Estelle was the first fisher lady. We later got card games. There was Blade in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. That was reused later on in Tokyo Xanadu, because almost everything was reused in Tokyo Xanadu. Then we got Vantage Master in Trails of Cold Steel 3, and that is also the card game you can play in Trails into Reverie. Vantage Master is more of a dual card game like Magic the Gathering or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! While Blade felt more like a classical card game. Speaking of card games, there also was, of course, blackjack and poker in some of the casinos you could play. There was roulette there too. From time to time they also tried some racing games with horses or motorcycles, but I never really got into those. So we had a bunch of minigames, and I'm running out of stuff to tell you while this minigame with the magical girls is still running. Not like I can comment on the bullet hell I'm playing here all that much. What is there to say? You shoot, you fly, you win. So, and that's Magical Girl Alisa. It's silly, but it's kind of fun. And that's all for now. Bye bye.